Hello, friends. Thank you so much for clicking on another video. Welcome or welcome back to Budgeting Over 40. I'm Melissa, and we are here to budget the money that you see in Ready to Assign, $2,993.02. And we need to make this money work for us. So let's jump in. All right, you guys, so we're going to jump right into it and talk about what's happening here. The money that you see in Ready to Assign is not our regular paycheck. Now, within that amount, the SSI benefits that comes in monthly is in there for $1,375.50. But I did receive reimbursement check from my insurance. Now, it's not technically my dental insurance company that sent this. So, the way my job works, we have a company that we signed up with to provide dental and vision, but we have a stipend that we get every year. Now, what I was thinking was that the stipend was paid to buy the dental insurance and that everything was used up. But what I didn't know was that the amount that we get for the stipend each year is less than what we're buying that insurance for. So there's always a balance that's building that we can actually submit receipts to get paid for. So I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, I spoke to the person that does the checks for the insurance, and she did inform me that I had a balance. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have some bills that I could submit. Anyway, to make a long story short, I did a scan in February to see where the placement of the implant was going to go. That was $550. And then I did the implant in March for $2,850, and I provided her those receipts. Now, I haven't gotten any checks from the insurance for the reimbursement as yet, but what was left on the account for the last few years that I haven't used was the amount for $550. The total was $1,617.52. So I submitted the first one, and she did give me a reimbursement check for $550. And then when I submitted the one for $2,850, what was left to be paid out was $1,067.52. So she did write me a check for that amount. So now I'm at zero and I'm okay with it. So even though I may have some more dental stuff to take care of within the year, I feel okay, just cashing out all of it just so I can use that money until the dental reimbursement comes back. So now I'm going to go back over into the budget and we're going to see how we could make this money work. So originally, when I did get the checks, I did tell myself that I was going to go ahead and apply it to the Discover card because the last payment that I made to the periodontist for the implant, I did go ahead and transfer that balance on my Capital One number one card onto the 0% interest Discover card. So I was thinking that I was going to go ahead and put that $1,600 right back onto the Discover card, but I'm going to hold off on that because we still haven't received a paycheck in the month of April. Well, technically the first paycheck for myself. And I really want to see if I can get ahead of some of our bills. So let me know what you guys would do. Would you guys go ahead and apply that $1,600 directly to the bill that it's actually meant to pay? Or would you put it in the budget? Because monies is coming in a little bit slow again. And not only that, we do have to go out of the country for my niece's funeral. We are leaving on Friday. The funeral is on Saturday, the 12th. We are leaving and we did buy the tickets. It's going to cost us a lot of money. We did put some on our business credit card, and there is some in the overspending that I'm going to have to cover. But I think that I'm going to use the money to do other things. I'm going to assign it, but let me know in the comments what you guys will do if you would do anything different from what you see me do here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the overspending. There is six of them. Dining out for $26.71. Clothes shoes. So since we are going out of town, my kids have grown. So the stuff that they had from last year, they're not fitting. So I did have to get some stuff for them for the extremely warm weather that's in Jamaica right now. I spent $129.60. Attire, I bought myself a dress to go to the funeral for, and I spent, I think it was a dress, and I bought myself a new bathing suit. I spent $101.17. HB Ink came out and it was a little bit higher than what was budgeted. So I still have 66 cents to cover reimbursement. So hubby ended up charging something through Amazon and it went on my credit card. So $45.89 is what he owes me. And then travel for tickets that we purchased. It's not all of the charges, but there's $967.56 to cover. So I'm not quite sure how to make this money work for us. I'm just going to try to see if I can get through this. And I'm looking for some input for you guys because I'm going to assign these monies and then I'm going to think about it. So I did try to do something before. I went here and I did assign and had it stay on auto. And you could see that my underfunded for the rest of April is $7,145.43. If I hit underfunded, it's going to tell me here where it's going to put this money that you see in ready to assign. So it's going to fully fund 14 categories, which is my auto loan, my dining out, in the my baby section after school and the clothes and shoes that I did purchase. In the cars category, car fuel, which is for the full amount for the month, car insurance, which is due on the 13th, attire for what I just spent for 101.17, my subscriptions, which is covering the overspending for HB Inc., funding Peloton, Google Cloud, iCloud Storage, and SiriusXM. And iCloud and Sirius is due, they're both due at the end of the month on the 26th. So I could technically wait for these reimbursements for the 45.89 and then the travel for 967.56. It's also going to partially fund my cell phone bill for 6702. I don't think I agree with all that because instead of paying my auto loan, I would very much so want to pay my lending club personal loan, which is a higher amount and it is losing more interest. So I would prefer to pay that first. And because we are getting paid, or I am getting paid for my full time job on the 11th, I would then go ahead and use that check to pay the auto loan. So I don't necessarily agree with all this. So what I'm going to do is just go through the categories that I have here in the focus views and then assign. So for fixed bills, I'm going to skip cell phone and home internet because those are due at the end of the month. I'm going to go ahead and put $40 in aftercare, well, after school. I'm going to put $263 for child support. Car insurance, I'm going to go ahead and fund this for the $254.62. HP Inc., I'm going to go ahead and cover the overspending. Peloton, I did actually pause the subscription, so I'm going to go ahead and snooze this one. And it was due to come out today. I'm recording this video on Tuesday the 8th. So I did pause the subscription. Google Cloud for $216 and iCloud storage, which is due on the 26th, SiriusXM, and then Amazon Prime is due on the 30th. I'm going to leave those. So in variables, we're going to cover the dining out overspending. All right. Groceries and consumable. I'm only going to put $50 here because we are leaving on Friday. I don't need to get groceries, but I may need to get just some stuff to get it through, to get us through the rest of this week before we leave. I did get my son's haircut already. Fuel for the car, I think we could wait on that. In spending money for myself, I do want to put $300 here. And reason being is that I want to go ahead and get myself a couple more things for the trip. In health and wellness, I don't think I need to do anything as far as anything in copay, dental, prescriptions, over the counter, or take care of you. I don't need to do anything there. And barber tips, I already got my son's haircut, so we don't need to do anything there. Now in debt, I'm going to go ahead and put the lending club money here for $1,059.22. Mattress Firm is due on the 14th, so I'm going to go ahead and put 67. I did skip Discover. Discover is due on the 12th. That would be the due date. There's nothing due right now because when I did the balance transfer, it was in between the statement dates. So even though the balance is on the card, there's nothing that's due. But my whole thing is that the money that I was paying, the minimum payment that I was paying to my Capital One number 2 card for 101, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the Discover card. So we'll do that. Capital One number 1, this is the card that I did charge. I did charge the travel fees on. So let's go to overspending and see what's left. All right. So attire, we could cover that. You know what? Let's undo a little bit. The money that I put in personal, I want to go ahead and take this back out because I'm going to go ahead and put some of that money into attire to cover the spending that I had. I'm going to cover the kids' clothes and shoes. I'm going to cover the reimbursement after covering this travel. Let's see what's left after I cover the travel. See if that's enough to cover reimbursement. It is not. So what I'm going to do is go back to the budget and I'm going to see if I could move some money. I could take out Mattress Firm because I am getting paid on the 11th. So I will be able to put money in for Mattress Firm. Let's go ahead and cover this overspending. And then there's $52.43 left. Let's cover some of our sinking funds. So in subscriptions, the underfunded amount is $25.24. We're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see, gifts and giving is $42. We could wait. Emergency fund is asking for $24.43. Let's go ahead and put that money in there. Nope, not edit the target. Let's go ahead and underfund that. $2 in maintenance and repairs and parking fees. And let's put the 76 cents into tolls. So just to put some money in our sinking funds because I have been neglecting them slightly. So for now, we have assigned all the money down to zero. Like I said, let me know what you guys would do if you did get the reimbursement. Would you go ahead and put it directly onto the credit card that you did use? Or, for me now, it's that balance transfer Discover card. Would you go ahead and do that? Or would you try to get a little bit ahead in the budget like I just did? Let me know what you guys will do. If anything, when I do get paid on the 11th, that money I could take that $1,600 back out of that money to put onto the Discover card. So for right now, I'm going to leave these here. I'll be interested to see what you guys think. I appreciate you guys for taking the time out to watch. If you like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave me comments down below so we could chit chat. But until next time, you guys, I will talk to you later. Bye now.